Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves, episode number 8 or 9 as Germany in the 1890s start. Rule the Waves 3. Did I say Rule the Waves 3? Probably just Rule the Waves. So people have been commenting I've been even more cavalier with my destroyers' lives than normal. But our success kind of demonstrates that it wasn't totally in vain. Besides the fact that we are losing possibly 2 300-ton destroyers. These are not much. And what's even more than that, I mean, because they amount to more than just the tonnage discrepancy on the strategic map. Like the blockade points for a destroyer are like 1 or something like that, even though a battleship is only like 8. So, I mean, obviously 8 times 300 is much, much less than 15,000. But that's just the way it works. But still, the cost of them losing these is, I would say, significant. Now, maybe our destroyer, maybe that is part of the reason why we're not blockading them. I didn't even consider that. Nonetheless, I'm going to defend my tactics because we have been successful so far. We know that we're losing a few destroyers because of potentially, yeah, I mean, but look, we got some hits in, and the G11 is not dead yet. Probably has time for maybe one more torpedo. We know that the corbeille, I think the logs are now saved, yeah, so, and note that now we have this nice coloring back. I turned off the settings so we can actually read things in the log as well. It's great. So yeah, let me just run a minute here to see make sure I know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I think things are going very well for us. Tage class is taking some hits. We're turning south to avoid what I suspect that most of the French fleet is going to try to follow. Because they will want to defend their ships, right? They have the these brave French battleships are basically doing a whole crazy song and dance through our lines here. Let's see if the Lübeck is able to fire a torpedo. No, I didn't think so. It does look like it's not going to be able to. I'm actually happy that that's the answer. And maybe what we'll do is spin these guys up, since I suspect this corbeille is going to shed its way east, while the G11 can take on the corbeille, which is presumably going to continue west. And that is exactly what happened. I think the G11 might be in position. This might be the moment. Not that one. Port side has been expended. Centerline has been expended. She only has a starboard side. Well, luckily for us, she has a starboard side. You probably haven't expended any of your torpedoes, so why don't we start looking into, not that one, but this one. Aha. Exactly. But let's fire this at the port side one first, just to give us the option. In case we don't fire that center line, we'll have it in the back pocket. Ah, bummer. Well, the Fürth actually took some damage here from the Tage. Well, she's coming in strong, too. Speaking of having the port side or whatever I said, doesn't look like we hit, but it looks like we have a different target we may want to be considering. Maybe even for the Stroud? No solution. Seems like a really good solution to me, but what do I know? Again, we'll just focus on the port side torpedoes. At some point, we're going to hit. This is not going to work out, unfortunately, but if we can land a hit with anybody else, we'll be happy. Maybe bring these guys down a smidge. What are you guys at? Max speed? I think at this point we'll stay at 16. 17 with them. Yeah, that's all good. Do we have anybody else I'm leaving out? Well, yeah, the G12 has taken a lot of damage. May or may not make it. May make it. She's going speed of 10. Let's bring her down to 8. Just send her down. As a maybe she'll survive. It would be nice. Wow, these torpedoes have not hit. That's a gun, not a torpedo. We're not in actually very good position right now to launch any torpedoes at her, I think. Yeah. Now, if she does go through the lines, we'll be able to get some starboard torpedoes off. Speaking of starboard, yeah. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but this is going to be a hit. I suspect that this is going to be a hit. It'd be really hard to miss, but you know, it's not impossible. Now we need to start preserving ourselves, I think. I think a continual spin over to port side here is going to be what the doctor ordered. And well, you know what? Let's bring in the Veneta. Now, the sad thing is I don't remember which of the corbettes was hit by a torpedo, which is, I mean, it's just been a couple days and, you know, you lose that kind of thing. It hopefully is not the one we're pursuing right now because she is, I suspect, going to eat another torpedo. I think it was her, though. Unless it was this one. We missed. You know, we missed. We have one more I guess we can launch. Should be... Oh, this is the wrong one. Wait. We need G7. I don't know why G7 is second on the list. That doesn't make sense to me, but fine. Doesn't matter. Launch the torpedoes anyway. Starboard side for G11. And yeah, you guys need to bring it back in ASAP. Veneta, come up. Let's bring the light cruisers back as well. We can also shift west with our battle line because that might be the way that things go now. We'll just very heavily slant over west, and yeah, the armored cruisers will kind of. No, okay, we got one. Finally got it. Not our first, but you know, a second one. And maybe we pounce on this other corvette. Yeah, that might work. We still have our starboard on the G11. And not take. And I love being able to see, by the way. I just love it. Oh my goodness. Stroud, do you have anything in the tank? Because now would be a good time. No, you have nothing. Oh well. It would have been a good time, but wait, does G7 have anything left? Because even your angle looks like it would be okay. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. This kind of makes sense. The Stroud is not really in complete line. Maybe they switched formations? Man, I don't know. Okay, what happened here? Stroud is not looking good. Has nothing left. 99% damage with 5 flooding. I'm not sure actually why they say that. Why 99%? Maybe because her engines are disabled? That's not going to help her. 5 knots! Giving her all she's got, Captain. And starboard torpedoes for this guy. Yeah, I mean, just have to live with the results here. We knew that these destroyers potentially were going to take some damage, and they are definitely taking some damage. G11 might even be better off trying to swing over and taking this corvette, but she has already taken a torpedo. So yeah. We can focus on other ones. If we can focus on other ones, we may want to. You guys have 2 torpedoes left on V4, and she's coming up on the corvette, G11, which may... No, not going to hit more yet. Not yet. Surviving for the moment. This is the advent of Jean-Nicole. I mean, even though our strategy is not really that, because we do have big ships, but this is going to show that light ships are really something to be feared. Okay, we're getting a little wiggle as we get close, as Benjamin Magnus was talking about in our podcast on this. Okay, he went the wrong way. I would prefer to have V4 doing something, but you know what? That's fine. V4, bring your group down to 20, continue west, and let's just kind of hang in there for the moment. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Looks like this battle line is fully formed. That corvette looks like it is the damaged one, potentially. And it's trying to get the heck out of the way. Oh, they're bouncing back, though. Okay, V4, good. Oh, damn it, that was smart. I didn't get my hit in with the G11. I may try it, but probably not. And our light cruisers are screening our battle line. I don't know. This is already a success, and we've done a lot of damage with our guns as well. So, bring it on back in. Stroud is sinking. I actually forgot the Stroud existed. I think that was obvious to everyone. But yeah, she's... Now she doesn't exist. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. How much to pursue? Always the question. And my answer is usually pursue. Like, yes, always. And I think we're going to go with that answer again as soon as we can ward off this one Durandal. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah, we have some light cruisers plucking at it. And it's taking some damage, and I don't expect that their destroyers are any more resilient than mine. They're all 300 tons, so that's just not a whole lot. Still also taking some hits at this corvette, which is, I believe, the one that did take the torpedo damage. Although, yeah, it's getting a little fuzzy in my head now. Your max speed is 21. I think that we may want to retire you. Do you have any? Yeah, you have one torpedo mount left. It's always sad to waste that one torpedo. And we only have 2 torpedoes now. Is the G7... I don't think it's considered... We may even want it. If I could, I would actually like to reorganize the formation, let the G7 lead, because then she would be hit first and potentially screen for the V4. But we're not going to get that. I mean, I don't think the game allows you to get that into the weeds. So now Stroud will just sit there and take some damage for us. V4 is actually getting hit by somebody up here. Not what we wanted, but we'll just turn her away. Stroud's still taking some hits. That's good. Let's get you up to 18, considering the battle line is passing you up. But we are nicely pursuing, and the wind is in our favor. And is that on fire? No, just a lot of red lines converging. Makes it look like it. Okay. So probably... No, let's have the destroyers continue to lead. They don't have much to offer now, but it's still something. These guys are getting up to speed. Yeah, we may just move into a pursuit formation. Nose on with the enemy. I think that's what we're going to end up doing here. We can always shift either left or right, east or west, depending on which we can react to them, and the battleships will be protected. We have to be a little bit more careful about a shift to the east. The armored cruisers will be a little bit exposed, and they're still returning fire. It's not that we are completely impervious to damage or anything. We're still being shot at, and we're taking hits. Which is, definitely something to consider about calling off the pursuit. We're in like a solid victory point right now. We definitely are winning this battle. But also getting their ships to need to flee has the distinct advantage that we can force them to potentially increase their flooding by just making them operate at high speeds, which is not like great if you're trying to repair damage and such like that. So we'll force that along as long as we can. Yeah, so this is really where our battleships need to rev up. And we'll just move a little bit more forward. Our armored cruiser line should be able to do at least good things. Not a Freya, 6-inch gun. Prince Albert, 6-inch gun. Good. The Guidon has taken just a couple, I guess, hits. This is the one with the 2 8-inch guns. Interesting. So our destroyers are now sinking. They're no longer even at the surface, except for this guy. I mean, both these guys have actually made it. Bring you down to cruise speed and also send you back to port. We do have some flags down there representing our coastal batteries. Yeah, smart for them to have these destroyers kind of lurking about, scaring us off. But again, if we can just force their battle line to be like steaming very quickly north, or in any direction, mission accomplished. Just get them to really just push on those ships. And it may come into play that our endurance and all that is better because of that original time when we were trying to push them before the battle, just using our destroyers and leaving our other ships at like 12 knots. But this is really where it's at, huh? We got Corbeil, a bunch of things. And our light cruisers are maybe stepping out a little too far. I'd love it if they could hit like the destroyers, but not worried about too much else. Yeah, the Danzig's taken quite a few hits now. I think it's all from this one too. Maybe we'll switch back. And switch back again just to try it out. Still, now we're getting the Tage is dialing in our number. We'll pursue for the moment. We have plenty of ammunition. Alright, yeah, I mean, hey, let's sink a destroyer. I mean, just sink anything. Give us more victory points. We're doing a funny little zigzag here. I haven't like been min-maxing to make sure my I don't think that we're at oblique. Yeah, oblique enough of an angle. Might be the opposite of that. We're not exposing enough. The angling is not good enough that our rear turrets are firing. I'm pretty sure that we're only firing one. As the Schweitzer here is nicely pointing out, our angling is not good enough. If we were to turn a little bit more, we'd probably get the rear guns in, but then we'd start losing the chase. So I'm going to be okay with just the front gun for now until we get a little bit closer. I mean, we're pretty close, but then the range of our guns is also not that great. We're playing with fire here, I think, just playing with this Durandal. God knows that these guys would do terrible damage to us. Same way that we were trying to do terrible damage to them. And look at nighttime's coming. That's maybe the real curtain of the battle. Will be drawn as soon as nighttime is descending upon us. I don't know if we'll pursue beyond that. I mean, these guys are running with torpedo damage now for, like 20 minutes or so. If I was them, I would not be happy. And that's, I guess, a good place to put them in. We're starting to land some hits here, finally. Danzig needs to back off even more. Maybe a Tage class got hit? I mean, we're almost upon them. Their Corbett's, what are the max speeds here? 17, yeah. I don't think that... something's happening. Well, look, we got a couple torpedoes. Let's just not waste any time. Actually, heck. Our light cruisers have some torpedoes. So V4 is going to... We're just going to launch a little attack here at the Tage. Not going to get too close with my battleships, which I may have already done, really. But we're going to try to go in here. Ooh, that was a good round. The Durandal. Both. The Guidon. And the Freya took a hit that didn't penetrate. Very good. Now, are you within range to actually fire anything? Yes. And I think that is the one I want. I think I just launched the central line instead of the other, but it doesn't matter. Not too much. You guys should be squad maxed. Oh, wow. This pothouse is so risky. We only have one. This is starboard, so that's going to be reserved for the Tage. The Danzig and everyone else is going to come up from behind. That's kind of dangerous, too, because it's not like she doesn't have torpedoes. She's got 4. So we're going to hastily back off from this plan. Spread out a little bit more. I thought you can go in, though. Near miss. Tage is still getting hit. That torpedo did not last as long as I thought it would. Okay. 19. I'd like, yeah, 124 seems a little bit more what I want. You can kind of get them to randomly choose another number, if you like, by just choosing another ship a couple times. I mean, Captain's Mode really gets extreme if you do it like this. You can get like anything you want, really, out of a ship. All right, let's get the V4 out of there. She's taking her hits, earning her battle scars. We have our light cruisers going up against an armored cruiser. I mean, it's protected against armored. I mean, it's basically a bigger version of what we have. They do have 6 8-inch guns on that one. I definitely don't really want to tangle with that. 4 6-inch guns, so we have 3 6-inch guns per side. That's not that bad. We woefully were inaccurate. In fact, the original one was probably the best estimate. We're losing the Corbett's, but maybe this is the time when we let our armored cruisers really stretch their legs and get going. The Stokers are probably thrilled to hear that. But no, yeah, I think we might be able to get some work done with them, since they are quite fast. No solution. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. There we go. So everyone, all these light cruisers can just take a crack. Here and just each take their turn. I think she's probably going down anyway. She's getting a lot of secondary fire. Danzig took a hit. G7. We're getting out of there though. I think that we can do squad max and it'll take us down to whatever that now is. Okay. Danzig took some real hits here. We're trying to turn this line around though and bring them out. Effectively, I think only the armored cruisers are going to remain in pursuit. Yeah, the only damage we really did to them there was the Tage. It was not a good minute for us. Okay, that looks a little bit better though. Just put a whole bunch of arcs. That one doesn't look that good. Okay, we got her. I think that's enough. I'm gonna let the Lubeck fire anyway, just, you know, peace of mind and all that. But anyway, just torpedo practice. We're aiming behind her. I wish I could take that one back. That's not gonna hit. Anyway, sink her a little bit quicker. Yeah, and we're actually doing some damage to the other ones as well. And, you know, we're right there with the Corbett's. I don't know where the other Corbett's are. I mean, well, never mind. They're all right here. 1, 2, 3. These guys are really pouring on the steam too, so it's amazing to me that despite taking torpedo hits, yeah, we got another one. Not a big deal to them. They're just content in their lot in life, taking torpedoes and soldiering on, I suppose. Send this one to that port just to not over-occupy the smaller docks where these destroyers are like inevitably going to need to be parked for a long time for repairs. And now the pursuit has been... Oh. Okay, well, we have ways of solving this. The Freya, unfortunately, is going to have to detach. Get rid of her, get her out of the line. And next up is... next in line is... She'll be okay, though. She's down to 10. We can make it 8. Just doesn't matter. Just bring her back to port. Safe and sound. Alright, good. So we're getting all our wounded ships out of here. Light cruisers still around, which is nice from the perspective that if the destroyers of their side suddenly did charge, it's a few extra guns. A non-penetrating hit on the Schweitzer. A hit of some kind on the Corvette. I think those still all add up, which is bad when we're taking the hits. But, you know, this is the fresh armored cruiser ready for a new action. We'll just pursue and do as much damage as we can. I don't even think the Freya needs to be pulled out. She's probably just completely fine. Just her machinery is disabled for the moment. I'll turn her north. She's actually completely fine. Angle in a little bit. Alright. And let's just exchange fire with the Corvette now, since it's a lot of guns to a little. So hopefully that means that we get better exchanges, but it may not always be the case. Darkness is approaching. A couple more minutes, and then I'll have some real decisions to make. How dangerous do we want to make this whole thing? Probably I don't want to. Just when we start landing hits too. We'll do one more minute. Okay, well, that's going to be that. I'm making the decision. I normally don't do this, but I am going to do it. We're going to withdraw from the battle. Seems like it was a good enough attempt. We got some hits. Apparently these torpedoes just weren't enough. Just didn't carry enough weight with them. I'm going to set the cruise speed to 15, let's say. Maybe 16 on the battleships just to get them out there a little bit. Oh, they're already there. Is that their squad max? It is. So they're actually going to squad max out. You guys go down to 18 or so. Basically everyone can slow up. And we'll just make our way to the next port. I think I have everyone going that way. We'll find out if I miss somebody. Looks fine. This guy doesn't look like it's quite correct. Yeah, 160. They were at 147. Now they're at 160. That looks right. Alright, and now we can let the game run. The Freya is presumably going to join up with the rest here. So let's get everyone down to 13 since I'm a little bit more confident that battle is truly disengaged at this point. Are you actually capable of going? No, it's still only 10. That's because your machinery hasn't been undisabled. Oh no! We lost G7. Was she flooding? Yeah, just a small little trickle. Isn't it Benjamin Franklin who said something like... something about small drips, small leak can sink a big ship or whatever. And it's not even a big ship. So this one will probably reattach and then detach. Oh, they don't do that anymore. That's great. Also... oh, wow. You're capable of going very fast suddenly. Alright, cruise speed it is. So we did lose an extra destroyer. I don't know. This may not be a total victory for us. It's not an overwhelming one. Alright, fast as you go. Keep expecting these things to move, but yeah, those are just coastal fortifications. But a victory. That's definitely a victory for us. I say that, but then I'm not sure. I just said that. We lost 4 destroyers. We sank... oh my goodness, we did like nothing. Well, we'll investigate that in more detail in a moment, but okay, we did take out a light cruiser and a destroyer. Now, from a tonnage perspective, that light cruiser was worth a lot more than 2 of our, or 4 of our destroyers even. But let's look at the details here. I'm curious. All right, the one with the most damage was the Forbin, who is 5,200 tons. So, like, if you wanted to just play the pure tonnage game, which obviously, you know, blockade points wouldn't align with this. Probably even cost would nowhere align with this. But hey, just tonnage game because it's favorable for me. We sank one 5,200 tons with at the cost of 1,200 tons, which is 4 300-ton destroyers. Which doesn't account for the fact that only 3 of those should count because I'm sure their destroyer is also just 300 tons. So, yeah. But nonetheless, wow, the torpedo head just did not care. Flotation damage was not even a third, maybe a third, around a third. Let's see that torpedo hit. Torpedo. The G7, which sunk at the very end there, was the one who landed it. Yeah, their bearings overheating on high revolutions. That happened 50 minutes before the torpedo hit, which means that this ship, how is it? What is the max? It was down to a max speed of 13 by the battle's end, but man, maybe we should have pursued. Now darkness came. They do have pretty good armor on these ships, so yeah, you got to give them that much. But I think if the battle had been at daytime, morning maybe, we would have pursued, and I think we would have won a more decisive victory. Oh, I thought someone else took another torpedo hit. Let's just investigate and see if that was true. Must have been misreported. It's only showing that there was 1 torpedo hit. So that's fascinating. 2 there, but I'm pretty sure... I'm going to close this, and at the risk of being wrong... Got enemy CL, enemy CL... I'm positive we landed 1 last episode, and we landed 1 this episode. That's this episode? That's last episode. Yeah, didn't count. It's a false report. Bummer. Alright, well, it's a very minor victory, but we are kind of ahead. So, okay, improved smokeless powder, improved accuracy, rate of fire, and penetration. Very good. Our ally Great Britain sends a message that they are not ready to join the war against France this time. What should we answer them? I guess they will find their courage if we give them time. We should demand they honor their alliance, or perhaps they could offer some economic or material help then. No. I want them to find the honor given... No. We should demand they honor their alliance. No, that's not good. So let's say this. Just give them time. hopefully things go well. And relations-wise... Now, yeah, Great Britain is still allied with both Germany and France. And their tensions are actually 0. So I guess that... I thought somebody mentioned that France and Great Britain had canceled their alliance, but I don't think that that's true. And France and Russia are still allied. Okay. Let me move this, sorry. Old just rule the waves things. Okay, well, how do we look in this war? I think we look good. The British haven't even come in yet. Now, are they blockaded? I guess they aren't. We'd see a B over here if they were, I think. But they must be close, right? Especially because they just lost those 3 battleships from the point situation. Germany is at 253 and France is at 262. So their points have increased. That's probably from the movement of ships. So they do have more battleships than us, so I guess they brought more in. Well, fair enough. Enemy coastal raid. It's not that I really want to accept it, but we're beholden to accept because declining is not good. And look at this. I was hoping it would remember my window position, but it didn't. Oh, well. Okay, so what do we got here? We have coastal raid, and we have 2 light ships. My goodness. 2 light divisions, I should say. Well, the good news is we really only have to control 1 for this. Hopefully we have good enough batteries. What do we have? These are these 6-inchers? Yeah. 2 6-inch batteries, but they're right next to each other, so that's a good thing. They'll be able to defend each other pretty well. Do have a battery here. This is another 6-incher. Yeah. And we have... What are you? Maybe something bigger. Yeah, 10 inches. And you, 6 inches, maybe 4-inch. Okay, that's not really going to deter much over there. Still, it's good. We know that if we can retreat to this, we'll be in very good shape. But probably the Helgoland itself is just the best place for us to be. Now, unfortunately, we should be protecting ships. Unfortunately. We got some control boats out here. Now, if it says patrol boat, that means it's not really a thing. We don't actually have this class globally. What the heck are you guys doing? Okay, they realized the error of their ways, suddenly. Okay. So we're just waiting for the enemy, by the way. I mean, we can crank this up. Hopefully we'll get a scouting report eventually, and then somebody will let us know. What I want to do, if I at all can, I really want to draw them into a fight over Helgoland. Or over the island. Let them try to land their marines against those guns. Which presumably has a machine gun. It's 1897. Are they going to have machine guns? They exist, but whether or not they'll be in Helgoland, I don't know. Oh, normal. So something's happening. Unknown ships firing at a transport. Now, what's their objective? I think it's to sink 2 ships. We need to know where this is happening. So we know that this is happening, and it's happening to one of our merchant ships, which are here, 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 not those last 2, and here. Okay, it's very clearly happening down here. That's unfortunate. Off we go then. Let's try to protect them if we can. We're gonna still cruise that way though. Yeah. So the report is only telling us what we already knew. It's okay. Wow, they're going in with torpedoes too. An engine room hit! Oh no! It's a goner. That one's a goner. Let's crank up to 14. Kind of a moderate number still. Ah! Eureka! And we're only controlling 2 divisions, so this will be a lot more interesting. In fact, the fact that this is getting to be nightfall right as our destroyers spot their targets. Oh my goodness! This could be interesting. Squad max. Oh, good gracious, this could be very interesting. I think we might be up against more than destroyers. Maybe not. Alright, we got some Cosmo stuff. Randall. Okay. Cosmo. This is a 3,300 ton light cruiser. So these are kind of like glorified corvettes or frigates. Not corvette, frigate. I mean, they're not that heavily armed. I'm not sure if they're how fast are they? 21 knots, yeah, so they are equivalent to our light cruisers. We also have a Devout's here, which is much heavier. We'd love to get our torpedoes into that thing. And you can see very clearly what we're doing here. Just kind of springing the trap. I think we'll go down to slow. Okay, here we go. Turn together. Give me this. Hit. Oh my god, we didn't launch any torpedoes. Well, we are pursuing at least. Okay, we'll try that again in a moment. Line ahead. Turn together. Go ahead and form up in a moment. Actually getting some good hits in. Can we go after that Devout's instead? G8's like, yeah, you know what, guys? I've seen enough of combat for a while. Interesting there. I mean, well, fine, we'll join battle. We'll join the battle lines then. It's a 2-on-4, so technically not fair. But I'm gonna take my chances. Especially with my... Oof, that wasn't good. Ship's moving in, okay. Fire the torpedoes! Fire the torpedoes! No, I'd rather not fire it at high, frankly. Maybe one of the other guys is going to launch something? Would you like to... Doesn't seem right. They're going to dodge. Yeah, okay, we'll just wait a little bit longer. I'll hold on. There it is. Whenever you launch torpedoes, be aware. The enemy knows. It will activate its avoidance algorithms. Sneaky avoidance algorithms. Well, we'll try to pinch him here. Well, that's a little bit better. We might get something here. It always devolves to this, doesn't it? And V3, actually. What do you got? Oh. They're going to come north, I'm pretty sure. But you know what? I'll take one starboard as a risk. Maybe they go south. Maybe they don't turn. Probably neither of those is the right answer, but that's okay. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was a hit. And oh my gosh, that was looking very good. So what happened, V3? Who detached? G8. Oh, you detached. What is your major malfunction? Just getting it on there. You just got a penetrating engine room hit. Well, you don't have any armor, so every hit should be basically penetrating. Oh, wait, we got opportunities here. I didn't even pay attention. Did you launch on your own? I did not tell V1 to launch. V1 launched on its own. V1 did it. Oh, I'm so proud. I'm like a proud father in this moment. They did it all by themselves. That is awesome. I'm so glad that we didn't. I like it that the fact that we can get it. We can claim this hit as like a normal part of the game. We didn't have to cheese it. I mean, we had to bring our destroyers like right on top of them, but we didn't have to cheese it beyond that. And that's really enough. I think that we've already won this battle now. We kind of have the same reaction I always do, that get your torpedo hits in and then just get out. And this Cosmount, by the way, I think we have done some terrible damage to it. Maybe an engine hit or something. Salt water in the feeds and all that. Because it is not moving at all, my goodness. We can just find a way to get out of this fight now. Leipzig is very quickly hoping she can get out of it. Okay, let's try to move together here. So we're gonna shift east. We have our protection to the east. That's where we want to go. All right, you're basically ahead of the Cosmo now. So we might be able to get G8. Where's the G8? Oh no! Get to port. Get to port, G8. Turn away. All right, I think we'll be okay. Does anybody here have torpedoes? Yeah, you guys have torpedoes. Go this way. Ah, not listening. Alright, this should be the Danzig's moment for starboard side. Do they have that? No. Yeah, I actually thought they might not. Okay. Okay, B5 is going to take a hit here. Get it out, though, and I think we'll be in good shape. Just move on. I mean, any more than one torpedo is just gotta be a kill. I hope that even one is a complete kill. Ugh. Missed. Darn it. We're not just pursuing this Durandal, which is probably also getting mauled. Yeah, that's a lot of hits. Protect our own and get out. We've done well. Well enough. I think we've got 2 kills. Gonna just take us right back to port. I don't want to risk it. We got our torpedoes into the water for the most part. Yeah, it looks like both of these are sinking. Let's take you guys down to cruise speed now. Cruise speed. You can't even go cruise speed, and you should go down to cruise speed as well. Good. Into port. Let's go repair. Get ready for the next battle. Just slowly eke away at the French Navy. We didn't take any losses here, so that means all these God damn it. Fucking shut your mouth, Tortuga. A little surprised. I'm not exactly sure how this happened. This was just that one hit? That's amazing. 1 4-inch gun hit. And that's all it takes to end a destroyer's life. Sad but true. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote for this battle. Now, that's only a 300-ton destroyer, so I guess they don't get credit for the sink 2 ships. Oh, gosh. There it is. I'm not going to talk for the rest of the battle. Every time I open my mouth. I'm just glad that their entire fleet didn't spontaneously self-destruct. See if that works. Anyway, we'll also be calling this video to a close. So that was a couple of battles. I think that they could have gone better. They, weren't terrible. They're victories. They will be, I'm sure. As soon as we get this done. Is it safe to auto-run this battle? This is what auto-resolve looks like in this game. Alright, firing at another merchant class. Well, I'll just let it run. It's over on time. Boy. It's massively over on time. It's almost so far over that the absolute time limit has been reached. What the heck was going on there? Alright, we lost a destroyer and 3 of these. They get 18,000, so it's a massive victory for them. They didn't lose the light cruiser. They didn't lose the light cruiser? They didn't lose the light cruiser? They didn't lose the light cruiser. They didn't lose the light cruiser? They didn't lose the light cruiser even after it did high speed increases flooding. Critical hit. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a disaster. It's just, this is why I play Captain's Mode. We should have gone back in Captain's Mode and put another couple torpedoes into her. So it's a huge enemy victory. We will not call this anything. What? They canceled our security? That you can't do that in the middle of a war? Ugh. Anyway. Not a great episode. We got a lot to do in the next one. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I should have forced them to fight, but I thought it might raise tensions and lead to this anyway, so I have no idea. Well, like I said, we're cut out for us. Just need to maintain. They're now ahead. Dang it, we don't maintain. We actually have to come back. Darn. I don't want to have another white peace with France. And they're up to 315. They're blockading us. My goodness. Things have gone from like okay to bad to worse to like terrible. So, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Until the next one, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care.